Hello there, Libra. Welcome into your monthly money career tarot reading for the month of February 2025. I'm hearing right off the bat this is going to be a big month for you, full of success and financial gain. But as you can see, we're going to begin your reading with two different oracle decks. Let's jump into the first money and career deck and see what else we get for us. Right from the middle for Libra, beginning with the ornaments card, talking about extra money, mature investment, and celebration. And so I feel like this is a time where you're going to be gaining, receiving more than expected at certain points, even naturally moments of expected income, financial gain coming to be as well. But it feels like something you've been investing in or you once did invest in some way, shape, or form is doing well for you. It is something that for a lot of which has been, or at least once upon a time or at certain points was stagnant, is now moving, it's growing, it's prospering for you. And I feel like for a lot drawn to the reading, something's going up in numbers, okay? There's number increase in one, if not multiple ways. But as I lose my breath a bit, they're saying the month will entail certain levels of celebration, but it feels like a really hardworking, rewarding time for you where you're meant to be gaining more than you did in the previous month of January. But they're saying, keep in mind as you proceed through February that things are temporary, okay? Because you could be working a job for a lot where things are not perfect, maybe changing in some less than desirable ways. It could be more in regards to the way people live and or work. It could be energy playing into things. But it feels like a time where you will be enjoying yourself here and there, but like in Aquarius's reading, you're needing to enjoy yourself more, even in the midst of what feels like mundane tasks, keeping up with or catching up with responsibilities, obligations. But you may find for a lot that the month does entail this sort of catch up, needing to get more ahead sort of energy, where you may just simply have a lot on your plate. You may have taken on more than you can chew. Is that the message, the saying? But they're saying you can handle it, but it's going to be a time where you need to, discipline yourself and just buckle down and do what you have to do. You know what I mean? But making sure that all the meanwhile, once again, you're enjoying yourself. But the career part of the card, talks about retail, beauty, finish, work, and retirement. You may be retired, drawn to this reading. You may be thinking about retirement for the future and how to best be ready for that. But it does feel like a month for you, my friend, where you're thinking about retail therapy from the past, maybe even throughout this month, whether it's online and or in person. And it feels like a time where you almost feel like you can't catch your breath at certain points. But yeah, anyways, I feel like there's going to be a focus on your beauty and maybe even the beauty and the rarity, the importance, the purpose of what you create and develop, what you accomplish throughout this period. If you're putting yourself out there in the public eye, say on social media, for example, I really feel this working to your advantage. And in some way, shape, or form, I see that helping somebody. You know what I mean? And maybe even, helping you with your income. But finish work, because yeah, it's a time where you're needing to wrap things up, complete things, get things off of your plate, out of your mind, and just throw it out there into the universe or just be done with it. And then it's like on to the next, right? It's a month where they're saying don't be dilly-dallying, you know what I mean? Not to put more pressure on your own shoulders and onto your plate and whatnot. But yeah, they're saying just get it done once again. Let's move on to this money deck. I'm also splitting the deck to the frame cards, steady income, organizing accomplishments, art and design somehow coming into play for a lot, as well as a home-oriented vibe. Now, this could be naturally in regards to the comfort and the stability that your home situation brings you. But you may be thinking about a new home situation for the future. But either way, I feel you are going to be finding there's a focus on your home life. you may be someone like myself where part of, if not all of your work is based from home. But self-employed being on the board as well, because I feel, Libra, it's a time where Spirit's saying if you're not an entrepreneur already, you're needing to, for some, trust your intuition in regards to this, but think about maybe stepping into a boss role of some sort, when it comes to entrepreneurship, and expand the possibilities for yourself, have more freedom, and therefore gain income. But not everybody's obviously meant to take on that entrepreneurship. Ooh, takeoff. This has come up in several of the readings thus far, because it feels like you're needing to understand that things will take off and, I want to say, explode in a positive sense for you way sooner than you expect. But keep in mind, you will create blockage as a manifester if you don't adjust your expectations and your perspective at certain points. But I feel like it's a time where you are actually manifesting money and maybe more opportunity as well. The gossip card, I feel some of which are working a job that is full of gossip, maybe even rumors, and I can relate. And so they're saying don't get yourself wrapped up with it, because people have loose lips and things could just come back to bite you in the behind, create a sticky situation, if you will. But there are people talking about you and what you're doing. I feel like even positive news is coming through, but people are talking about you in a positive sense, and for some that's around the world. But also I feel there may be somebody at work for a lot that's trying to work against you, and this is feeling like nothing new stepping into this time period, or at least after the beginning stages of which, but it feels astounding in such a negative sense. It's almost as if that wasn't the best wording, but it's almost jaw-dropping is the wording coming through, because you, I feel, have spoken highly in regards to them, maybe defended them, have been super kind and maybe even supportive in regards to them, and now they're doing this against you behind your back and otherwise, okay? But we're moving on, pulling right from the middle. The investment card. Yeah, your finances are looking good and growing, but some of which need to tighten up on their spending, because you're feeling the guidance at times from Spirit, and just the temptation coming to be that you feel like giving into to spend. And with life being so expensive, and all of your responsibilities and obligations financially already in place, we're needing to just be a little bit smarter in regards to how much spending you actually go for, okay? But there, I feel as well, on that note, on a different note, is going to be one, if not a couple different purchases that you made recently, whether you're receiving it in the mail throughout this month period, or it could be even, previous to it. They're highlighting that as a very guided, very purposeful, and quality investment, all right? But let's move on and pull some tarot. Okay, alrighty, for Libra. The Seven of Wands, any bit of frustration that comes to be, you could hear it in the way that I just kind of took a frustrated breath, a deep breath. Any frustration that pops up for you, whether it's at home, when working, you name it, anything in regards to your money and career at this time, you're needing to just take a deep breath and remember things are temporary, okay? Remember that you'll always get something done when you're meant to, in the ways or the way that you're meant to. But I feel there's certain moments throughout the month where you're not feeling motivated, and this just reminds you that you need to protect your energy by cleansing, by disassociating at certain points, and trusting your instincts and your intuition along the way. But it feels like a lot's coming towards you, all right? You might find that this is a time where things are busier than expected. Say you work a job like myself, I work a serving job, or you're in customer service otherwise, or it could even be in regards to your business. There's more busyness, busy work coming to be than you would even expect And at certain other points, you may even, without meaning to, or maybe you're meaning to at certain points, you speak it into existence, maybe even think more work into your existence throughout that day, that week, you name it, all right? But I'm not going to take this one. Came out for a reason, though. Moving on to the Two of Cups, it feels like people are feeling quite drawn to you, connected to you, and maybe even your workload, what you have previous to this month and throughout this period, you're producing, developing, creating. But it feels like this Libran collective is quite talented, and this is taking a highlight in the mind's awareness of other people, and you can't help but feel almost an increase in your advanced nature in regards to that talent or two. And so I feel Spirit saying, as much as you feel like you've perfected a skill set, that talent, whatever ends up being for you once again, as much as you feel like you can't advance anymore, you will be more so throughout this month, and there's more lying ahead. So as you impress yourself and other people time and time again, I just saw 1111 on the timestamp, you're going to be experiencing more advancement once again. But I do feel as if with 1111 popping up, there's a wish fulfillment in regards to some aspect of your career. Now, I feel like this is your business doing better. It's maybe in regards to expansion or an opportunity in regards to your business. It could be you doing better at your job, getting a pay raise, a promotion, maybe shifting to a different department for some where I'm hearing better energy, all right? But I do want to say, okay, for some you're getting a job. Absolutely beautiful. Congratulations on that. But it feels like this is a time where people feel, again, drawn to you and what you are creating and developing, and that's leaving you with extra money, more success, growth, something, if not multiple situations, prospering for you. Yet again, another sign where they're saying stop and take a moment at certain points to look around and see what you actually have, and therefore follow that up with a state of gratitude, appreciation, because if you think about it, you wanted what you have at hand at one point in time, rewinding back, if not multiple points. And so there needs to be a reminder that you will get what you want, you will get what you need, but what you have at hand, even with its imperfections and maybe difficulties, you are where you're meant to be. You have at hand what you are meant to. Does that make sense? But yeah, you're going to be thinking about beginning again for the future, right? You may want to hop over to Aquarius's reading that I did earlier today, where we spoke upon at a certain point in the reading, say you don't love your job, right? But some days maybe you do, or maybe you don't, if you really dislike it to that extent, then thinking about and maybe looking into the options for a new position of employment for the future, would be the right move for you in your spare time. You know what I mean? If you're not loving where you're living, then looking into a new place to live and, managing your money wisely by putting some aside here and there throughout the month will be the right move for that, to support that move in the future. You know what I mean? And so I feel Spirit saying be prepared for a shift of importance in the future, if that is applicable for you, where you don't love where you're at or what you have at hand, even if you once did, okay? But it does feel like either way, Spirit's saying, even if you do want to keep what's at hand, what you're committed to investing in, wrapped up with you moving forward, at least for a significant period of time, it doesn't hurt to be prepared for change, because Spirit's also saying there are expected and unexpected expenses lying ahead, and you know this. The Five of Pentacles, I feel like there's a focus on energy that isn't in alignment with you. While I feel this is applicable in the reversal as far as financial status goes, right? Because you're gaining more and more throughout the month, but it's again all about what you do with it. And so we'll put this over here. Actually, I want to put it over here. So I also feel like you're going to be better understanding how you've changed through your work somehow, or through the act of working. But yeah, just a little side note there. Moving on to the Six of Cups, remembering back to different amounts of wealth and success is going to be of significance for you. You may as well need to remember why you began something and why you are continuing it, because this will help you greatly. But as well, this is giving very gifting, supportive, giving energy, right? As you give out in a very positive, hardworking, committed way or committed ways, you're being given back. People are wanting to support you, gift you, and give you more than expected. All right. But we're moving on to the Six of Wands, where you feel like you haven't been fully or at all victorious. Expect for that energy to change as we just flip this from the reversal to the upright, as February is meant to be a very victorious time for you, my friend, where again you're gaining extra money, okay, more than expected, as things shift in your favor, fall into place more so, and your hard work pays off. Alrighty, so my friend, that is what I have for you. I hope it was truly helpful as I twitch a bit. To book a personal reading, everything is down below. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye, Libra.